Psalm 2 opens with a scene of intense turmoil. The nations rage, the peoples plot, and the rulers of the earth take their stand against the Lord and his anointed one. This is a picture of human rebellion against divine authority, a theme that runs throughout the Bible and resonates deeply in our own time. The psalm introduces us to two central figures, the Lord, the God of Israel, and his chosen king, often understood as a messianic figure. The audacity of the psalm lies in its claim that there is a God who reigns over all the earth, and that he has appointed a king to rule over the nations. This king is not chosen by the people, nor does he derive his authority from any earthly power. His right to rule is given by God alone. This is a radical concept, one that challenges liberal society's sensibilities and Western culture ideology of individual autonomy. The psalm doesn't shy away from the stark reality of opposition to God's rule. It doesn't portray a world eager to embrace divine authority. Instead, it depicts a world in open rebellion, a world that seeks to remove the supposed shackles of divine sovereignty and chart its own course. This rebellion is not merely a matter of outward actions. It stems from a deeper place, a rejection of God's rightful place at the center of our lives and our world. Psalm 2 immediately confronts us with a fundamental question. Will we bow before the King appointed by God, or will we join the ranks of those who rage against his authority? This question is not confined to the pages of an ancient text. It is a question that echoes through the corridors of history and finds its way to our own doorstep. The central conflict in Psalm 2 is not merely a political or social one. It is a deeply spiritual conflict. It is the age-old struggle between the Creator and the created, between submission to a higher authority and the desire to be like God, as the serpent tempted Eve in the Garden of Eden. This rebellion takes many forms throughout history. Sometimes it's blatant, like the outright rejection of God and his laws. Other times, it's more subtle, a slow and insidious erosion of God's place in our lives. We see it in the pursuit of power, wealth, and pleasure at the expense of others. We see it in the elevation of human reason above divine revelation, in the prioritization of individual autonomy over submission to a higher moral code. The consequences of this rebellion are all around us. Broken families, fractured communities, and a profound sense of meaninglessness plague a world that has attempted to dethrone God and crown itself as the ultimate arbiter of truth and morality. Yet amidst the chaos and confusion, Psalm 2 also offers a glimmer of hope. In the face of such widespread rebellion, Psalm 2 offers a message that is both sobering and hopeful. The psalm doesn't shy away from the reality of judgment for those who oppose God's anointed one. However, it also proclaims a message of hope for those who find their security and identity in the Lord. The psalm concludes with a call to wisdom, urging rulers to submit to God's authority and find refuge in his mercy. This call to wisdom is as relevant today as it was thousands of years ago. It is a call to recognize the limits of human reason and autonomy, and to acknowledge that true fulfillment, freedom, and flourishing are found in submission to a loving and just God. In a world that often seems determined to silence the voice of God, Psalm 2 stands as a powerful reminder that he is still on the throne. His kingdom will ultimately prevail and have no end. Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ.